I'll just give everyone a few minutes to get online. Let's see who we've got online today. No comments yet. Hey, hi Daniel. Good to have you on board, buddy. Thanks for everyone for dropping suggestions for new quickies as well. We'll have an opportunity at the end to fill out that form. Afternoon, Mr. Miapus, Daniel. Good to have you on board, Jean. I give everyone a couple of minutes just to get on board. This one was quite popular, child themes. We had 3 or 4 people ask for this particular topic. There's a bit of delay, a bit of lag between the StreamYard broadcast and the YouTube comments coming up. So I've got my little iPad at the side here, so I'm kind of keeping, if you're wondering why I'm looking this way, it's because I'm looking at my iPad, which has got all the comments on there. So I can react to them a little bit quicker than when they come into StreamYard. It's not StreamYard's fault, it's YouTube. They create a delay. I've been tuning into the StreamYard town halls. They do it every Sunday, and it looks like some really good features coming on board. So I might actually buy the pro version of StreamYard to continue these. Meryl, hi. Great to have you on board. Gulia, thank you for joining in. And Alan, hi. Hi back. Oh, they're all coming now. Elizabeth, hello to you too. Okay, let me get ready with the things up here. And we'll wait for the top of the hour and we'll get started. This one should go pretty quick today, I hope, fingers crossed. Okay, top of the hour, here we go. Okay, everyone, hi and welcome to the WP Quickies series. So bite-sized WordPress tips and tricks in 30 minutes or less. And today we're going to be looking at child themes. But before we start, make sure to click on the subscribe and hit the bell for notifications for when we post new videos. So here's what we're going to be looking at today. It's all about child themes, so ways you can create child themes for your site, just an overview, and then we'll delve into what is a child theme, why to use them, picking a good parent theme, some pros and cons, and then we'll do a bit of a demo as well at the end. Okay, so ways that you can create a child theme for your site. There's heaps of ways you can actually do this. One way is to build a theme from scratch. So if you're a developer or a theme designer, theme developer, you can certainly write your PHP code and build that from the ground up. It's probably going to take a lot of time, probably quite expensive as well, and it's certainly an option. You can get an existing theme and you can hack it to bits, and I know some people do this. So like download a theme from WordPress.org or ThemeForest or ShadowPress, and then rather than create a child theme, actually just go ahead and hack the files in the theme. And that's obviously pretty bad, because next time an update comes in and you press update in your WordPress dashboard, then it overwrites all those changes. But I know people who do that, and they keep a little list of files and they copy them back in each time it's updated. But I think that's a bit crazy. There's a better way. You can use the customizer to tweak an existing theme, and a lot of themes now do support customizer with site headings, site identity, logo, backgrounds, and you name it, the whole stuff's in customizer. And it is a good way of customizing a theme because it does store those details in the database against your theme, which means if you switch a theme and then switch back, you get all that stuff back. And you can still update your theme in the background and get all the goodies. But a customizer can only customize your site so far. So if you're looking at changing page templates around, then the customizer is not going to help you in that instance. Now, you can use a theme framework like Genesis to build a theme. It has a high learning curve, but once you get into it, once you know what the framework is, then you can really quite speedily create a new theme from the ground up. And it's not starting from scratch. You're getting a framework. So Genesis provides you with a framework, a box, a structure to start with that you can then bolt your stuff onto and modify. So it's definitely an option for creating a theme. And I was a Genesis developer for 3 or 4 years before the page builder revolution came out. And I've kind of moved towards them now. You can create your own parent theme and child theme. So, if you want to go the whole hog, you can create like your parent theme from the ground up and then create a child theme off that to do all those changes. So you're the author, you're the maintainer of the parent theme that you might upload to the repository. And again, you might use that on your own website, but create a child theme of that. And of course, the last way is to create a child theme of an existing theme, which is what we're going to look at today. So think about buying something off StudioPress or ThemeForest or the WordPress.org repository, a parent theme, and then looking at that to create a child theme to customize the bits that you want to change. So we're going to generally look at that last option there. So what is a child theme? So a child theme is a WordPress theme that inherits the functionality from another theme called the parent theme. So the idea is to have a parent and a sibling is a child theme. If it's done properly, the child theme inherits all the functionality, all the templates from that parent theme. So you can make a child theme from any other theme. So it doesn't matter what the parent theme is, you can make a child theme from that. Technically, you can create a grandchild theme, but it's kind of not best practice for that. So I've had people asking me this in the past, can you create a child theme of a child theme? And yes, technically you can, but you think about maintaining 3 different levels of theme. It just, it gets really, really complicated. I don't know why people would do that. So my answer is technically yes, you can. But probably no, you shouldn't do that. So let's just stick to parent and child, because that's complicated enough, I think. So the whole idea is when you have a child theme, your parent theme's functionality is used until you override it with parts in your child theme. So the way that WordPress works is when you name a parent as a template, it loads in all that functionality from the parent, and it's using that until you then override it with something in your child theme. So you might drop in a new post template, a new header template, a new footer template, and WordPress will use your child theme stuff if it sees it. Otherwise, it will use the parent theme underneath. So it's a good parent-child relationship there. Another question that comes up quite often is, why should I bother using a child theme? Well, we touched about it in a couple of slides back about how to create themes for WordPress. One option is certainly you can take an existing theme and hack it to bits. But of course, WordPress is good for doing updates. So you want to keep updating your themes and your plugins to make sure you get security fixes and new features. And if you're going about hacking a parent theme, then all those files are going to get overwritten on the next WordPress update. So you really don't want to do that. And this is where child themes are easy, because when you update a parent theme, it updates, you get all those goodies, and your child theme doesn't. So you're still getting all the benefits from having a parent theme with new functionality, with bug fixes, whereas you're not losing all the changes that you modify by using a child theme. Now, sometimes when you update a parent theme, sometimes it can update a particular file in the theme that you've already used or modified with your child theme. So in that instance, what you want to do is you definitely want to look through the release notes for the parent theme and have a look and see what's changed. If it's significant, you might want to take that existing file that's in the parent and copy it back over into the child theme and just make your changes again, because you want to still keep the flow, the functionality of the parent theme. So you want to carry that through to the child theme. So there are circumstances where you're going to have to look back and see what the theme author has changed in the parent file, and then copy that over into your child theme. Have a look at the differences. What did you modify? What's been changed in that parent theme, and what do you then need to tweak again to make it work again for your child theme? So it's not just a drop and forget thing. You do have to actively maintain that relationship and make sure that you're carrying through updates all the time. So when to use a child theme? So that really decision is completely yours. But what we tend to find is that if a parent theme can do 80 or 90% of what you're looking for, then creating a child theme is going to save you time and money. And this is really it. It's all about picking a good parent theme. There are many niche themes on WordPress.org and other theme providers, such as ShadowPress, Elvanto. So if you can pay less than, say, $100 to get 80% of what you're looking for, then I think that's a good return of investment versus getting a bespoke theme developed at, well, thousands of dollars. So really, if you're looking to do this child theme from a parent, it's really all about picking a good parent theme. So what I advise clients, what I advise people is go with the 80-20 rule. So when you're looking at themes that you have in mind that you want to use with your site, that you know you're going to customize and tweak a little bit, have a look through the functionality of the blog template, what different templates it provides, full width, with sidebar, without sidebar, all those sort of things. And have a look and see. And if it's an 80% fit, then I think that's a good signal for you to use that as a parent theme. If you find yourself having a look at the parent theme and you think, okay, well, I have to change the header, I have to change the footer, I don't like the sidebar, I don't like these templates that provide, then no, that's like a red flag, a warning flag. You need to probably keep looking for a different parent theme, because we're looking at this 80-20% rule here, because we really want to make sure that when you're creating a child theme from the parent, that you're going to be able to create what you want really, really quickly and for the best return of investment, the least money that you can. So some pros and cons, and quick pros and cons for child themes. So the main pro for using a child theme is that you can update the parent theme and not overwrite the functionality and the changes that you've made in the child theme. You also get the benefits from the parent theme functionality as regards to updates and security patches as well. So you're making sure you're keeping that up to date, your site up to date. And it's also easy to modify templates. So you basically just copy them into your child theme and modify them rather than developing your own from scratch. So when you've got a parent and child theme, what you do, and I'll show you this in the demo, is you're basically copying the files, the template files from the parent theme into your child theme so you can then modify them and change them. And that essentially means that you're not having to write all that stuff from scratch. It's all kind of done for you already in the parent theme, and you're just kind of tweaking it. And this is where that 80-20% rule, it really does come in on its own. Some of the cons, disadvantages of this is, well, sometimes it can be a bit of a learning curve to understand how a parent theme works. So it's templates, it's hooks, it's filters. I'm not going to go into the hooks and filters today. That we can maybe do that on another lunchtime quickie. But certainly for the templates as well. Sometimes it can take you a bit of a learning curve to understand how this parent works. all its different templates and things. So that's definitely a con, a disadvantage. And sometimes you're going to pick a parent theme. You're going to be looking through the theme files and you think, well, actually, this is probably not such a good fit. And then you have to go around that research and try and pick another theme as a parent. And that's okay. As I say, it can be part of this disadvantage of this learning curve, but that's okay. We've all been there, we've all done that. Sometimes as well, if you've been using a parent theme for maybe a while, and you're quite used to it, you've got over that learning curve, you've got your child theme running exactly the way you want it. Sometimes parent theme developers can make some radical changes. They can release a major version. They can do a complete overhaul. Now, it's not a usual thing to do a complete overhaul of a theme. Usually developers will keep a theme roughly the same from a functionality wise. And if they want to do something different, they'll then create a new one. But it has been known to happen, especially for these big commercial themes. I'm thinking of things like job boards, ad display themes, those kind of more corporate level themes. I've certainly been in a position myself where we as a company have used these themes to roll out to our clients. And then all of a sudden, this company decided to take this theme in a completely new direction. So like everything changes, and then your child theme just becomes completely different. So that is an issue, is a disadvantage, and it's something you should definitely look out for. So if you're using a parent theme and you hear on the grapevine, you got an email newsletter of major changes, then definitely read those changes, read those notices very, very carefully, and just make sure that you're still happy with what they're going to do with these changes. Otherwise, it might be time to look for a new parent theme. So those are just a very, very brief pros and cons for why you should use a child theme, and some of the disadvantages as well for those. Okay, it's about 1:15 now, and I really want to jump into demo time to show you exactly what I mean by modifying a child theme. So let me just close down this presentation. I'll stop sharing that, and I will start to share. Let me see, is that going to work? Firefox, StreamYard, no, it's gone again. Sometimes this happens. Okay. I have a Chrome incognito, but sometimes StreamYard just doesn't like it when... Sorry, sometimes it loses the screens to share, and you've got to restart something and then reshare it off again. So let me just see if this is going to work. Bookmarks, IDs. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Let's just try this again. Share screen. Your browser has blocked your screen. Oh, lovely. That's not very good. Share screen. I'll get rid of that. Okay, let's see if that works again. Select a window. Chrome. All right, there we go. Hopefully you guys can see that. I'll just check on the iPad in a minute. Yeah, great. That's looking a lot better. And I'll just go back into StreamYard, wait for that to log in, and I'll go full screen just so you guys can see that. I'll come back and try and answer some of the questions. I've got some time at the end, but I really want to show you this demo. Okay. All right, that looks good. Okay, so here we have a local WordPress installation, and we're going to try and make a theme of this. In fact, let me just go back into StreamYard. I'll stop my screen. I'm going to share my entire screen actually, so it might get a bit funky initially, but just so that I can switch over. Okay, how's that? Good. So appearance themes. So you can see at the moment, I've only got 2020 installed. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to create a child theme of 2020 and just go through the steps to show you exactly what we do to get there. So I'm going to jump into PHP Storm. This is my IDE, my development environment. You don't need this. You can do this all in the file system just by copying files and put them into like Notepad or whatever you use on the Mac and changing stuff. I'm just happy to use this because I'm pretty comfortable with it. So here we can see the file system of the local theme here. And in themes here, all we've got is 2020. So there's no other themes in there. And we're going to create our child theme of 2020. So what we do is we're just going to create a new directory, a new folder. And again, you can totally do this in the file system. I'm just doing this within PHP Storm. So I'm going to call it my theme. There we go. And I want to create, the first thing I'm going to create here is a style.css. So I'm going to create a new style sheet in here and call it style.css. There we go. Currently it's got nothing in it. So what we want to do, if you want to do it really quickly, then we go into the 2020, find their styles.css. And I'm just going to copy that header chunk because this is the bit that identifies your theme to WordPress. Okay, and I'm just going to copy that in here and get rid of the stuff that we don't really need. Put those. So I'm going to give our theme a name. So my theme. Give it a version number, 0.0.0, and it is just quick description. Okay. And here's, if you do that, then WordPress will recognize it's a theme, but not a child theme. So what we do is we type template, and then we give the folder name of the parent theme that we want to use as a parent. And the folder name is the slug, the unique identifier for each theme in WordPress. So here we can see on the left-hand side, 2020 theme, and its folder is called 2020. So that's what we're going to type in here at the template. So 2020, and we're going to save that. We're going to flick back over to the themes. And now we can see here, we've got a new theme, and that's the one we just copied over, called My Theme. If you have a look at the theme details, it says this is a child theme of 2020. So those two steps, create the folder, copy a style.css and add a template name, that's 3 steps, and that creates a very, very basic child theme. So let's activate that. Okay, so now we've got our child theme running on our website, as simple as that. And it's inheriting functionality from the 2020. And let's go and have a look at it. So here's the front end, and it sucks. And the reason it sucks is that it's not bringing in the style. So we've said that our child theme, and we've created a style.css theme so that we can change and modify stuff just for our child. But in doing that, WordPress is only loading that style.css from the child theme and not from the parent. So if you want to inherit all the stuff within the parent theme, so then you can override it within your child theme, then the best way to do that is to create a function.php file within your child theme. And I'll do that just now. So I'm going to create a new file, a new PHP file called functions.php within my child theme. And go, and it creates that opening PHP bracket for me. Or you might have to add that if you're doing it in a text editor. And I'm going to copy something in. I kind of cheated here. So what this one line of code does is it loads in the 2020 style.css style sheet into our child theme using this command. So wp_enqueue_style. We give it a handle, that's a name, just so that WordPress recognizes what it is. It's not the file name, it's just an internal name that WordPress can recognize what that style sheet is meant to be for. So I just called it 2020 2012-style. We use a function called get_template_directory_URI. And all that's saying is it's getting the URL for where the parent theme directory lies as a URL. And then we do / and then style.css. Because the style.css for 2020 and all themes lie in the root folder for that theme, then that command here, get template directory URI, just gets the URL straight to 2020 theme. And then we just say, well, we want to just grab the style.css. So I'm going to save that. Don't worry about the complication of it. You can just use that. I'm going to go back to the theme and refresh that. And now we can see now it's starting to look like 2020. So what we've done here is we have created our child theme. We've told it it's a template of 2020. We've created a functions.php file within our child theme. And we've used a bit of code here just to say, within our child theme, we want to load in the 2020 style sheet, just so we've got that as a starting base. And then we can override stuff within our child theme. So that's a very, very basic way of how you create a child theme, name a parent, and then bring in the style. So you've got pretty much it good to go. It looks like 2020, and then you can start overriding stuff. Of course, the best thing about child themes is when you do start to play around with all the templates. So let's have a look at one just quickly. Let's have a look at the header. At the moment here, we can see it's got ZPD branding. It's got the tagline, sample line. But just say we did top bar notifications as a WP Quickie a few weeks ago. So just say we want to quickly hack, use that word, quickly hack, and put a top bar notification in on our child theme. So here's what we would do. So we would look in the 2020, and we would look for that particular matching theme file. And in this instance, it's going to be header.php. I have to put that header for 2020. And I'm going to Control C, and I'm just going to copy that into my child theme. Now, if we go back to the front end and refresh, it's not going to change because I've copied the exact thing from the parent over to the child theme. But now we're going to modify. So let's go back into the header.php from our child theme. I'm just going to look down to here. So see, we can see the header here. This is where it starts to output that header, and we've got an inner class. So I want to put the top notification bar just here before it starts outputting the logo and the tagline. So I'm going to create a div in a class called bar and p bar notification. Okay, so now if we refresh on the front end, now we can see that what we've done in our child theme is different from the parent. So we've now got a top bar notification. It doesn't look very good, but it's there. And we can use the style in here to start overriding those classes. So I can do top bar, background red, and then within that we can do top bar P for the paragraph inside, give it a color of white, and text align it center. I can spell. Now let's see if that works. Right, so there. So what we've done is we've created a child theme. We've overridden one of the parent theme files, which is the header, and we've added a top bar notification here. So that just shows you what you can do with child themes. So we're getting all that functionality from 2012 from the parent, and then we're starting to modify and change the stuff that we want to change within our child theme. So let's nip back to the presentation. Oh, it gets funky. Okay, and go back to the presentation. Here we go. Yep, in this one. I'll bring in me here. And that's it. So that's what we've kind of learned about today in this quickie. So ways you can create a theme for your site. What is a child theme? Why you should use one, when to use one, picking a good parent theme, some of the pros and cons, and just a quick demo to show you how easy it is to create a child theme from a parent, and then to start changing some of those parent files. Next week, we are going to go on HTTPS, so how to move your website to HTTPS. So if that's an interest for you, certainly join in next week. And I'll leave that one on the screen just now. If you want to suggest some other WP Quickie topics, you can fill out that form or scan that QR code and the Google form will come up. And so while I'll leave that on screen, I will, that's small, there we go. I'll have a look through some of the questions before we go. So we're almost at past, so that was pretty good. Pretty quick, a good lunchtime quickie. So here we go. Alan, even if you're using the parent theme that was getting major changes, wouldn't you still have the same problem? Yeah, so that is definitely an issue when you're using child themes, is if the theme author decides to go on a completely wild journey and go and modify everything, then yeah, you're going to have to keep on your toes and have a look at those changes and bring the parent theme files back into your child theme and change them the way that you did in the past. So yeah, it definitely can be an issue. More so for bigger themes, I would think, than more kind of niche blog company templates. So by that I mean things like WooCommerce. So if you want to change WooCommerce, you can get there's lots of WooCommerce theme files out there, and of course if WooCommerce makes big changes, then that does ripple down into how that's displayed in the theme, and you'll find that theme authors will do quite a vast number of templates to update. So yeah, it can be a bit of a nightmare, a bit of an issue, but I think still at the end of the day, having a child theme there still allows you to have that flexibility and control, because if you start hacking the main theme, then you're going to blat it all your code. At least with a child theme, that stuff is still there, and you can look at the differences and implement those changes. And hopefully, fingers crossed, the parent theme that you've got doesn't change radically too much. Yeah, that's a good question, Alan. Jean, when I install a theme, I systematically set up a child theme, even if I don't customize anything just yet. Yeah, it's a good habit to get into, Jean. So if you're downloading, maybe not for yourself, but certainly for clients, even if you are buying off StudioPress or Envato or any of these theme places for clients, it's the best practice to install that parent theme and then just create a very, very basic child theme like I did. So create the folder, the style.css, the functions, and that's it. And it sets you up for the future. So if a client comes back and says, oh, can you change the way that sidebar looks, or can you add this in? No problem. You can just go to the child theme, modify that without having to change the parent at all. So yeah, that's definitely a good habit. Great question, Jean. Another one, can you think of a situation where a child theme is not a good idea apart from testing? There's not too many instances that a child theme isn't a good idea. I guess the whole premises of having a child theme is inherits from the base parent. So if you were a company, a startup that wanted a real kind of branding exercise, a real unique branding exercise, then you're probably not going to want to choose an existing template that's out there. You want to have something unique, and in those cases you're probably going to want that to be built from the ground up. Maybe using a framework, yes, but certainly you don't want anything to look like something that someone has done before. So that would be a definite situation where you probably wouldn't use a child theme. You just have your own bespoke theme for that. That's a great question. Meryl, when you get notified of a theme update, is it a good idea to install it, or will it change the existing website dramatically? Yes, that stuff in the brackets you put, Meryl, that's definitely what you want to do. So if you get a notification that the theme that you're using has an update, just have a quick look and see what changes they're actually making. They're usually pretty good in saying these are the release notes, here's what's changed. Most themes will use a semantic versioning. That's the 1.0.0 approach, where the first digit is like a major update. The second one is like a patch, a functionality. It shouldn't modify the theme too much. And the last one is just a little patch, so just minor tweaks and stuff. So if you've got a theme and they're going to go through like a major update, they're going to go from version 1 to 2 or version 5 to 6, then yeah, you should be reading that release notes and just see exactly what they're changing. And then look at your child theme to see what you have changed before you go update and install it. So yeah, that's a really, really good question, Meryl. Thanks for that one. Alan, can you post that line of PHP in the WordPress Sydney group so you can cut and paste it? Yeah, in fact, I'll just copy it into the comments here. There we go. So you can lift out the comments, and yeah, certainly I'll post that on the meetup page as well. And that'll work for all parent themes. Alan again, is there a plugin to do the basic setup of a child theme? If not, why not? Yes, there are. There are plugins out there that will create the basic framework for you. I can't remember them off the top of my head, but we've certainly covered them before when talking about child themes in the WordPress Sydney meetups. So I know they do exist, but hopefully in the demo, you can see how simple it was to create a basic child theme. So you create the folder, style.css, copy the style.css from the parent into the child, add the word template, add the folder name of the parent, add functions.php, that little line of code, and that's it. That's it. Good to go. And then you can start adding stuff. But yes, there are definitely plugins out there. Daniel, I bought 2 premium themes so far, and both came with child themes. I find I still need it for $30 theme, but the $100 theme came with a theme builder built in. All right, yeah. Yeah, I have seen a lot of big themes now that are coming with theme builders pre-installed in them. I'm not a huge fan of that. I think a theme should just be concerned with themey stuff. But yeah, so it's good that it comes with child theme. It certainly saves you that hassle of doing it. And in fact, the page builders themselves, so Elementor and Beaver Builder, there's an option if you buy the pro versions that they do come with like blank themes that you can just then use and lift off. So in those circumstances, you might not want to create a child theme. You might just want to go with their blank theme and build off that. Jazzy, is that the same as child generator theme, for example, Astra, compared to the one you made in PHP? Not sure what you're talking about there, Jazzy, but the child generator theme, that is, if that's one of the plugins that Alan was mentioning, then yes, you can certainly use that. But if one's going to come with a theme that you're purchasing or a page builder you're purchasing, you're probably going to best use that one. So use the one that comes with Beaver, or use the one that comes with Astra if they're providing a child theme, because it's going to give you all those goodies as a starter for 10, so you don't have to build it from the ground up. Yep, you're welcome, Alan. Meryl. Like the digits, yes, semantic versioning. Yep, that's great. Okay, guys, I am going to call that a day. I think it's just after past. That's me. So definitely, if you want to connect with me on LinkedIn, on Instagram and Twitter, please do send me some messages as well if I haven't covered something this session. As I said, next week we're doing HTTPS. So if you still haven't moved your website over to using SSL certificates and HTTP for the whole site, definitely tune in next week and I'll show you how easy it is to do that and show you all the tools to get that done really quickly and get all that extra goodie and love and SEO love juice from Google when you move to your website to SSL. So thank you very much, guys, and I shall see you next week. Ciao.